Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko is visiting China. Until last year, this visit or this sort of visit from a Belarusian president to China would have looked very normal. But currently, the visit of Lukashenko to Beijing is being seen in context of the geopolitical tension that is happening, especially the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Belarus has been the one and single country in that region which has backed Moscow unconditionally, so much so that the first batch of Russian military that went to Ukraine were also supported by the Belarusian government to use their land resources as well. And initial successes that had led Moscow to reach Kiev up to 25 kilometers. A lot of credit could go to Belarus for their support and facilitation for the Russian army. Currently, US, NATO, EU members, they have been increasingly saying that now China could very well supply weapons to Russia in a friendly manner, because just before this Russia-Ukraine conflict happened, a few days before that, there was a massive Russia-China dialogue where both countries had expressed this sentiment that the friendship will be a limitless friendship. So in that context, it becomes really important because Russia has been helping China. China has been helping Russian economy. China is also one of the biggest importer of Russian weaponry, Russian fuel, Russian fertilizer. And also Russia has been dependent on a lot of manufacturing units and parts on China. But will now China come to the rescue of Russia, who is actually under a lot of stress because of the depleting weaponry, ammunitions, and spare parts of various automobile sectors. So if that happens, then clearly this war that is happening in Ukraine for last 1 year could escalate into a different dimension, where two major giants of world, Russia and China, will be on one side, while US-led NATO allies with European Union members also cooperating with them will be on the other side. So clearly an escalation, a division of the world that one would not like to see, because Chinese side has maintained that they have not committed any weapons to Russia, and whatever USA is trying to put blame on China, USA should actually look inwards and first rectify the mistakes that they have done. In fact, China has alleged that the unhindered support of military weaponry and ammunitions and advanced weapons that USA and NATO has given to Ukraine is one of the reasons why the war has been continuously going on. China has also proposed a peace plan which has not been accepted by Ukraine or their allies. But of course, Zelensky, Ukrainian president, has said that he is expecting a talk with the Chinese president. Remember, in the last 1 year, there has not been any direct communication between Chinese president Xi Jinping and the Ukrainian president Volodymyr Zelensky, and still China's peace plan is being seen as something that would support Russia on this field of war and conflict with Europe and other Western countries. How this whole war scenario fans out, whether Lukashenko will also be able to bring in some convergence between China and Russia, and will this whole war become a Russia, China, Belarus on one side and US-led NATO and European Union on the other side. That will be something that we can expect or anticipate in the near future. But interesting times certainly in the geopolitical tension and how things are going to fan out, especially since India is also hosting foreign ministers meeting of G20. We'll have to see how this meeting also creates a dialogue situation where the two sides can actually sit together and talk about this growing geopolitical divide.